So someone recently asked me, does negative comments affect you in any sort of way? And that took me to a whole nother level when I thought about it, because there's so many different meanings to that question. But I know that's an excellent question. It's not like it's a bad question. That question just opens up so many different ideas, because when that person asked that, I was thinking in the perspective of somebody who's, really like a big artist or a big celebrity when it comes to either sports or any type of entertainment, really, music, actor, actress. Negative comments, does it affect you? Like, does it bring you down? Will it bring you down to their level, the ones that comment that? And sadly, I feel like a lot of people will be affected by it. And it's sad because they shouldn't be. If they're at a level much higher than that person that said that negative comment, why even think about it? Why even care about that comment? And I get it. People, and this is why, people have feelings. People have emotions, and they hear that and they think, wow, maybe I am not the person I want to be, or and then they start thinking all these things. And it's going to affect them because now they're baffled. They can't go on without their day thinking about it. It's on their brain. It's like, wow, this person said this negative thing about me. And it by the way, the negative thing could be anything. It could be making fun of the person's profession. It could be saying that you're bad at this or that, or why you like this, or anything negative is just not good. It's a thumbs down. It's bad. So that will affect some people, even if they are in higher ranks than that person. It could be somebody at their house, literally has no job, and doesn't do anything all day. And that person go on Twitter or on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube and will comment and say something very, very negative. And even if somebody is at the point where they are such higher level when it comes to money, when it comes to success, when it comes to doing great things for the world itself, to make the world actually a better place, to make the world happier, or has a huge impact on the world itself, that person might still get affected. Imagine that. I know so many celebrities that have had negative comments towards them, and then they go like 3-4 weeks and it just won't stop. Like every single time they're in an interview, they bring it back up. And it's on their mind constantly. And then they'll go on a hiatus and they won't drop music, or they won't play at basketball games. They have, they say different things like, oh, I have this health issue, so I can't show up at the game today, or something like that. And sometimes it's a lie. There is no health issue. Their body's totally fine. They didn't even go to a doctor. It was a negative comment that affected them. And they start thinking themselves, like, looking in the mirror thinking, wow, did I do something wrong? No, you didn't do something wrong. The person is just jealous. And that's number one. There's jealousy in the world. There is a thing called jealousy. So number one, the person who said that is most likely jealous of that person that's successful. And secondly, number one, it's just the number one thing is jealousy. It's just huge. It's hard to even think of another thing because there are other elements to it, but jealousy is easily the number one problem. So jealousy is number one. If I had to choose other reasons why that person's negative, is because they wish that they were in your shoes. Kind of falls under jealousy as well, right? But they wish that they were successful. And because they're not at that level as you, they're mad at you for doing better than them, where they could be that successful if they put their mind to it and they actually did something with their life, instead of sitting back. That's why I wish everybody in the world was successful. Imagine that. I wish that every single person in the world, you could be the worst person ever. You could be like the meanest, most disrespectful human being. And I wish nothing but the best for you still. And I wish that you could become successful. But you have to put your mind to it. You need to have strength mentally and physically in order to push through barriers and get through obstacles where you succeed. And succession comes through pain and suffering. You got to go through the bad before you see the good, So My thing is, does negative comments affect everybody? No, but it affects the big majority because everybody has emotions and they feel like, wow, we're all human and that human said something bad about me. And even though I'm not like that, that hurts my feelings because I wish that that person did not just say that, you know? Like, so yeah, jealousy comes with everything. It's sad, but if you want to get to where you want to get to in life, you got to ignore the negative effects, ignore the negative comments, ignore the negativity that surrounds people every day. You got to get away from that negativity, whether it be bad friends or the people that you start hanging out with because you start becoming successful. You start going into these new social groups that you've never seen before, and then all of a sudden they become negative because they're like, wow, you're actually in a bigger, better spot than me. So I wish that I was in that spot too, but I'm not. So I'm jealous of you. It's just, it all goes back to them being angry at you because they're not in that situation. They're not in that spot. They're not as successful, or they're not doing as well in life as you are. But at the same time, I wish that we could help other people that aren't in that situation and get to where everybody can be successful. It's sad that there are levels of success too, by the way. If somebody is a little bit more successful than the other person, all of a sudden they get greedy and they get mad. Dude, I don't know what to say, because say you don't run your own business, say you are sitting on the couch all day, you don't do anything at all, and you're just, I'm not saying that you have no life, but it's just like you're not working hard and you're not trying to get to where you could be getting to. You could be in a other spot in your life where it's much better and you could be moving on to bigger and better things, but you just choose not to. I wish that everybody had that mindset so everybody could be successful and everybody could be happy. But it's just not like that sometimes. But when it comes to the negativity, the answer is, does it affect people? Yeah, it does affect people. It affects a lot of people. But when it comes to me, and I think I can speak for a good amount of people too, it doesn't affect at all. Like if someone says something negative, I might look at it and like take it in, but then it just like flies out the window. It's like, all right, you just said something negative, but like whatever you just said has nothing to do with my life. Or if it does have something to do with my life, I'll probably never see you in person. I don't even know who you are. You're hiding behind a fake picture, and I whatever you just said, it means nothing to me. It's nothing. So that's what I gotta say. And just be positive. 2024, be positive. Don't be negative. Okay? That's all I gotta say. Stay active. Get kinetic.